Hello, everybody. It's October 12th, 2021. It's a little bit of an overcasty Tuesday here in the DC area, and I hope that each and every one of you are doing well today. So, a subject that's been coming up this morning has been about the children and the support of the children and the saving of the children. And everything starts with the children. And why is that? It's because they're an innocent new generation, right? And whatever we can do to contribute to that helps them grow into the best adult that they could be, because we leave everything behind to the children. Just as our parents did with us and their parents did with them. But we're on an awakening fast track in the last several decades about more importance with child education, and more importantly, the education of the spiritual development. And this isn't at a religious knee that was previously taught and assumed that that's the way you went. Because as many of us know, the religion taught at the knee is taught from someone else's knee and taught from someone else's books and thoughts and perspectives, and has been tainted and distorted to the point where even the person who's teaching it with children at their knee has no idea how distorted it is. But we pass these lessons along to the next generation, not understanding that we need to stop and really look at what it is that we're teaching. So with the religious dogma set aside, let's look at the spiritual development and the creativity and the imagination of children, because they come in still fully connected to the God spark source. And in the first 2 years, they're in more of a sleep state, and then they move up to the state of being in more of a hypnotic state. And then around 6, 7, 8, they're then guided out of all of that. And by 10, it's generally disconnected and gone, because there's so many things in life that we're teaching our children that are disconnected from that. So how do we keep that lifeline, that God spark alive? Well, you can't do anything about it until you really work on yourself. So if everything starts with you, then it starts with you. So we have to get in touch with the inner children within us, the inner child within us, and literally go into that space of what were we like during those time frames, and what around us shaped or deterred or reshaped a lot of that original source material that we came in with, so to speak. So getting in touch with your own inner self, your own inner God spark voice with this original source energy and information, and fine-tuning that within ourselves so that there's a better inner and outer understanding, then we can take it to the next step and work with the actual living, breathing children of ourselves and of others that we are all responsible for being a part of. So it's not just about your house, my rules, your rules. This is about a universal God cloud, this holy fire that each and every one of us, our mission and our sanction is to preserve all of that. So one of the ways to really get into who it is that you are authentically is regression work. Hypnosis and regression work is to really get in there and go into timelines where you remember things. And we don't need to label what they are, because you really you have no idea what spirit source is going to bring through to you in a session. You can't anticipate that, because whatever it is, it's a lesson in which you need to process, good, bad, or indifferent, if you choose to label it. But everything's a lesson and everything's a stepping stone, whether it creates angst, uncomfortability, happiness, joy, or flat out ugh, you know? We all need to resurrect the inner child within us and live through that original source information and hold that close and in expansion of the children, adults, whatever, or that are around us and surrounding us. And that is really the energy in which we emanate. And as I've said before, we don't live off just the energy of this physical body. We live off the energy zones, the bubbles, the circles. So there's circles that go around us, and then outside of that, and then outside of that are mental, emotional, etheric, spiritual. Those are where a lot of information is filtered first and stored first. And then we have the ability through our own software programs to have free will, to work with that DNA, to make the changes to be the best authentic self of the God source spark of the universe that we came here to be. So let me see if there's anything else they want me to bring up. I was on this thing, this roll about just writing, and then they said you need to come on and do a video about it. Starts first with your inner child, with your inner children, the bodies of energy in which you filter and understand information. Not everything is processed through the mental. Okay, not everything is processed through the mental. But we're taught that is what it is. And the more education that you can get, the smarter you are, the better you look to others so you fit in. But actually, it's really the feelings of things and learning how to master and hone those in to be a great skill before getting on and off the gerbil wheel till you're literally in exhaustion and not sure what to do. But we have to work on ourselves first in order to work on the children. Okay. So, let's see. I think that was really about it. There is a saying that I wrote down is do not put out your fire because someone else doesn't understand where your flame started. So understanding where your flames started and where they might have been put out, and instead of having a blame game of this occurred and that occurred, which was drama, trauma, etc. It's all about going back and understanding it and ironing out any of the creases that were placed in this beautiful innocence of being a child. All right, and every parent, most parents, they want the best for their children, but they're duplicating and imitating what it is that they were taught. And then some will make radical changes, but they'll do it based upon something else or based upon their resistance to something or what didn't work for them. So really to be the best parent, because remember, your children come through you out of being, they're chosen. They're chosen. And as a woman, when you're in utero, all your eggs are formed then. So the souls that are going to be coming through are the eggs that are placed in there with the DNA stuff is, it all goes back a little further than what you think. So, of course, my motto is always keep it spiritually simple. Okay, it used to always be keep it simple, Sandy, because simplicity has a lot of a power punch. But if it's made too complicated, most of us will just drop off and just say, I can't, that's just too much going on in my daily stuff. So if you want to be the healthiest adult, get in touch with your inner child. You want to be the healthiest adult mentor teacher, get in touch with your inner child. If you want to be the healthiest adult in all relationships, mentoring, teaching, etc., get in touch with your inner child. If you want to be the best adult parent to those souls that come through you, get in touch with your inner child. Get in touch with the you of the universe. All right? So I hope this helps and broadens and expands just a mindset of where all this can begin, and how we can create and recreate through what life has brought us up into this moment, and make things better for all. All right, so my website will be in the description, and in the meantime, please like, subscribe, and share. And I love each and every one of you. I look forward to hearing from you.